Good morning, students. In this semester, we are going to study about object-oriented programming concept using Java. Already, we studied C programming concept. After that, in the second semester, we are dealing with Python programming concept. Now, we are going to study about object-oriented programming concept. We already know that what is object, but what is the incorporation of activities? Why we are going to do that? That details and all we are going to study in the object oriented programming concept. First, we have to see what is object oriented programming concept. What are all the things in that concept we are going to study? First, object we means it is a real world entity such as a pen, chair, table, computer, watch, etc. Let us take an example. If you are in your classroom, what is the objects you are seeing in the day-to-day life of activities in the classroom? In the classroom, we will see desks are there, board is also there, then LCD projector is there, then chalk is there, duster is there, like that. Lot of object programs, object aspects we are seeing in our day-to-day life of activities. In the classroom itself, we are seeing lot of object programs. So, object means nothing but a real world entity, such as a pen, chair, table, computer, watch, etc. In object oriented programming is a methodology to design a program using classes and objects. So, suppose if you want to create an object oriented programming, then you need two things of activities. One is class and another one is object. If class and objects are incorporated, then we call it as an object oriented programming. It simplifies the software development and maintenance by providing some concept. Why we are using that object oriented programming means it simplifies the software development and maintenance by providing some concepts related to object oriented programming. That's the reason we are using real world name itself in our programming. We have started using that name itself for object oriented programming. That's why it is called as an object related or object oriented programming concept. In the previous programmings like C programming, it is not possible to do. When you are going to declare some variables, or if you are going to uh, using some real world scenario means object means it is not possible to give that particular name itself. For example, I am going to use pen for writing the program. Like for that, the pen will write like that. Like that, we are giving means in the programming concept in C, it is not possible to use that name in pen. So it is very difficult to handle that object in the C programming. So the programming team will consider this. So if it is 1,000 line or 1 lakh lines of program means we are declaring n number of variables, n number of concepts are there, lot of incorporation of activities are there in the program. So it is not possible to use in the programming uh, concept in the real world names in the C programming. But it is a very difficult to identify. Suppose if one programmer left the job means what is the code he was written, what is the usage of that particular code, where it is declared, where and all it will reflected. That is very difficult to identify in the C programming concept because it is not a real world oriented concept. So the programming team and after the development team of activities, what they are doing, they are creating a new programming concept. It is called as a object oriented programming concept. In the object-oriented programming concept, what they are doing, they are try to give the real world name that is called as an object, real world entity such as pen, chair, table, computer. What is the name we are using in the real world? That is also possible to give it as a variable declarations or object declarations like that. It is possible to use. So they create a programming concept like that. So it is user friendly. It is possible to utilize if it is a 1 lakh line or 2 lakh lines of code means uh, pen 1, pen 2, pen 3, pen 5 like that. If we are declaring that name in different real world name, it is easy to identify or easy to trace if any bug or issue will come. So that's the reason they are using that object oriented programming concept in the programming language. Normally, it simplifies the software development. So that object-oriented programming concept, what is the use why we are using that means it simplifies the software development and maintenance. It is easy to maintain. I already told you in the C programming, it is difficult to maintain that declaration of variables in 1 lakh line or 2 lakh line or 10 lakh lines of codings. The same name will be repeated in all the places means the programmer or database administrator and tester, they will get confused. So this and all it is avoided in the object oriented programming concept. So normally the object oriented programming concept along with the object and class, we have inheritance concept also is there, polymorphism concept is also there, abstraction concept is also there, and encapsulation concept is also there. So now we are have an idea why we are moving towards from C to C++, from C++ to Java. What is the need? C it's having some drawbacks. So we are moving towards object oriented programming concept that is called as a C++. That C++ also having some difficulties for the developing community was facing. So we are moving towards Java. The Java and C++. If you know that C++, in basic knowledge do you have in C++ means it is possible to handle the Java or it become a Java programmer. It is very easy. Okay. So in our class, we will handle these two languages, object-oriented programming and this, Java programming, how that functionality was differing, what is the architecture, that and all, we are upcoming classes, we are going to study. Thank you.